Hey guys, the Bears Fan 06 here, and today I have for you a mini series I'm going to call Spells. We are going to talk about fighters that are all in a certain spell class. The first one we're going to talk about is Immolate. It's going to include Immolate and Immolate All. I'm going to rank the 5 fighters from worst to best. So let's go to the first fighter here. If they're in trade, I'm going to pull them up. If they're not in trade, then I'm going to pull up Wiki's website. So the first one is the Water Immolate guy. The skeleton dude with the scythe or axe thing, whatever it is. So his spell is Immolate All. As you can see here, it's HP based, so that means his HP determines the spell damage. Level 0 epic has 483 HP. There is a 5 out of 5 in here for basically 26 bitters. Level 80. So total HP he has is 2,366. Now he doesn't have the lowest amount of HP, but the reason why I ranked him the worst is because his spell cooldown's a 3 when he's maxed, versus all the other Immolate fighters at being a 2. So Immolate only is, everyone else is at a 2, but he's at a 3. Very low HP. He's not used too often in my opinion. He barely has any defense, so mix the two. If he doesn't have a spell right away, if he gets hit, he's pretty much just going to die and not be much use to you. There's not much to talk about with him. Low defense, low HP. His spell doesn't do a massive amount of damage, and a longer cooldown too, which hurts him. We're going to move on to the next fighter here. Alright, the next one is the Air Immolate. You know, I probably have one, but I always hate that it starts in my host. Come on. Alright, so let's go down to Air. I didn't actually pre-check this to see if there's any in here. There should be. The next one is Nin. Induna, something like that. So Immolate based on HP, obviously still the same thing. Let's see if there's any 5 out of 5s in here. Yep, first one, 15. Surprisingly, that seems fairly cheap. But I mean, he's not that great. There's one for 20. But yeah, 15. Yeah, it's not. I mean, he's pretty cheap. Jeez. Alright, so his base HP is actually 2010. This one is actually super fused with a little bit of HP in it, which is kind of surprising. So someone super fused it with something. Rank 1 special, obviously it's Immolate, but here it is a 2. So as I said, the other one technically has more HP, the worst Immolate fighter. This guy's super fused, so it's a little bit different. Let's go to the other one actually real quick, just to show you. Oh, he's not level 80, damn it. Well, he's 2138. So his other guy must be super fused too. Let's pull up his stats here actually so you can see him. So HP 2010, defense 4591. This is why I ranked him higher than the other one. He was 300 less HP, but massive more defense, and his spell cooldown is only a 2 versus 3. That's why I ranked him higher than the Water one, obviously. So that's why he is the 4th ranked. He's slightly better than the first guy, but not by much. Let's move on to the 3rd ranked Immolate fighter. This one you guys actually know. He is one of the newest ones that came out. I do actually have a 5 out of 5. I decided to buy one. He's not level 80, so I did check. There was a level 80 in there. And let's pull him up instead. I should buy some rare HP fodder and fuse him with some HP. I know he's fire. I think he's the next page. Yeah, it's the next page. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh, that's right. There is none that are level 80 in here. Dang it. Alright, well, anyways, real quick. We'll show you the 5 out of 5. Then I'll go to the one with full stats. So as you can see, cooldown of 2, Immolate. So, same thing, like I said. All the Immolate only guys have a cooldown of 2 except the last one. Let's go to weak. Alright, so as you can see here, he has HP 3,304, attack 3,734, and defense 6,769. So he's a ton of defense, which is nice. And super fusing with some HP actually wouldn't be that bad at all as an Immolate fighter, especially if you compare prices to the top 2 guys. So he's not horrible. I decided to get one just because I was already close to getting him. I was like 3 out of 6. So I figured, why not keep him? And use Immolate on siege and raid bosses, so that's what they're good for. They're horrible for dungeons. I guess they're okay for PvP. I mean, you sacrifice one of your 9 fighters to kill one of their 3. So a 9 versus 3, if you can eliminate one fighter instantly, I mean, you have really good odds of beating them then in PvP, just to be honest with you. As soon as you take out one of their fighters, that drastically favors you at that point. So PvP, I could see them being somewhat useful in certain situations. Not a lot. Mainly raid boss and siege. Not too much to talk about. Like I said, he actually has a good amount of HP. The defense is what makes him 3rd place. He's pretty good. If out of Immolate only, I ranked him 2nd. But we do have one Immolate all fighters who actually had to rank him next. He's number 2. So let's move on to him. The next one is the water Immolate all guy. So let's pull him up. I believe there's a level 80. There he is. His name starts with an E, I think. Yeah. Esfandier, I believe it is. So I know there was a yep, there he is. So here's one for about 100 bitters. So he's Immolate all elite +5 with a cooldown of 3. So basically, when he hits something, when he blows up, he's most likely going to kill it. He's going to hit really hard. He has 4,818 HP, and he has some good attack to it and a little bit of defense. Overall, this makes him actually a really good Immolate fighter, which is really nice. His pricing was quite a bit down, but it's back up. He's currently the only Immolate all, so couldn't compare him to any other Immolate alls, but mixed in with the Immolates, like I said, I would rank him 2nd out of the 5 that are available. Like I said, Immolate all pretty good, cooldown of 3. Like I said, we had nothing to compare it to. Right now he's the baseline, so when they release the next Immolate all is when we'll compare the two. For sure, whenever that fighter is released. I'm sure eventually there will be. Will it be this year? Who knows? Maybe it'll be next year. But let's move on to the number 1. At this point, I'm sure you probably can figure out who number 1 is. He's been in the game for quite some time. He's amazing HP fodder if you really want to use him for that. But he has other uses, as in raid boss and siege, where he's actually extremely useful. I didn't check beforehand. Hopefully there's a 5 out of 5 in there at level 80, but not sure. So we already passed him earlier, actually. Is Dubar? He is the best Immolate fighter in the game. As you can see, he's not super cheap. He's definitely the most expensive out of the bunch. Immolate, yeah, he has a cooldown of 2. His is actually ranked 2, yeah, from earlier. But so 115 knocks, no way to ever pay that. Reason why he ranks number 1 is 6,579 HP. It just destroys everything. 2,940 attack, 3,212 defense. So, I mean, he's literally like 3 times the amount of HP as the 4th and 5th place guy. He's about double the HP of the 3rd place fire guy that just came out. So if you can compare him just to Immolate all, destroys them. So he is really amazing. If you ever look at during raid boss and siege, you will see the top, like, let's just say top 25 people. If you go through them, you will find some people that actually have these guys on their team. There's quite a bit during the siege that these guys are really used for, because you only get 1 turn, deal massive damage. They're used quite heavily. Siege event made them worth even more money, in my opinion, because of only getting 1 turn, and if you can pop them in the face with that Immolate, it just does massive damage. That's it for this video, guys. Do me a favor, post in the comments if you like the spell mini series that I'm going to do. Hopefully you guys do. Hopefully I shed some light on the Immolate fighters. Maybe you guys will buy some, maybe you won't. I'm honestly contemplating buying that the air guy, the Nin, for 15 bitters just to have him, because I mean he's already partially super fused, and hell, why not? I guess. I mean, it's just 15 bitters, right? It's not that much. Actually, you know, I probably have one. Let me get real quick. Was he? No, he was air. He was air. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna buy him just for the heck of it. Try him out during siege. If it doesn't work out, I can sell him. But that's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe. Later.